On this tardy episode of The Grid, we're going to be talking all things. We're going to talk fireworks. We got something with Platypod that we're going to be talking about today, as well as some Lightroom stuff. And it all starts in about 13.76 seconds.
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
Scott is not here today, but he will be here, just not sure exactly what time he'll be here. I think what happened to Scott today is he got a new MacBook Air, and I think the MacBook Air is so light that he actually forgets that it is even there. In fact, so much that I think he left the house without the MacBook Air and then realized, oh, it's so light, I didn't even realize I left the house without it. So, should be showing up here in a little bit. We'll see what happens. But until then, we're going to be talking all things. We got a lot of things to cover on this episode. We got Platypod's got a big announcement. They're coming out with a new kit, so we're going to be talking about that today on the show. As well, you know, it's going to be 4th of July weekend here in the U.S., and we're going to talk a little bit about how to shoot fireworks, you know, because that's one of the things that we love to do on the holidays, and not only on the holidays, but it's a great skill to know. I use it a lot of times in aviation, especially air shows. Air shows are very, fireworks shows at air shows are very popular, or just celebrations throughout the year where we'll have fireworks. Or we're right next to Disney. I just came off a trip where I was out in Disneyland. Same thing, shooting fireworks at the park. It's great to have those tips. And then we're also going to be talking about Lightroom. We've got some new updates for Lightroom, so we'll be talking about that. But until then, we got a couple of things, a little housekeeping items. We're going to be giving away some prizes today. So to enter those prizes, all you got to go is, forget the exact site. They'll bring it up in the chat. But I think it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's like kel.by/grid prize. Possibly, something around there. So kel.by, yes, /grid prize. And if you go there, you're going to be entered into the show. We're going to pick a winner at the end of the show. You just tell us what you'd like to win. We're going to be giving away a copy of the iPhone photography book. So we've got that we're going to be giving away today on the show. And then we're also, now that is an ebook, or if you want the physical book, we'll send you the physical book. You just got to wait a couple weeks until it comes in from the warehouse. And then we're going to give away a copy of the night photography book. This is great if you need to know like a basic, it's great for people starting out or have been doing night photography and they just want to know, I wrote this book as like a, hey, if I could have had this book 20 years ago when I was starting, I would have loved to know these things and not have to struggle with a lot of the concepts in night photography. Now, one of the things, night photography is becoming so much easier than it was. But again, it's one of those things where having those tips and tricks that really help you in one book, I would have loved to have that when I was starting out. And then we're going to be giving away a copy of On One No Noise. So this is a great plugin for removing noise. Night photography, it's amazing. Wildlife photography, it's amazing because a lot of times with wildlife, we have to be shooting at really high ISOs to freeze action, we got the great light on the animal, but it's at an unideal time. So, excuse me, having that ability of removing noise is amazing. So AI noise reduction has really changed the game to where we don't really have to worry so much about noise anymore, which it's really helped with photography. Then we'll also be giving away the Platypod Bracket and Bounce kit, which we have here, which I think we're going to be talking about that in a second. So somebody's going to win this as well. So, and that, you can see there's a new product. Scott's going to be talking about it here once he gets here. And then let's see. So again, go to kel.by/grid prize, enter there, and we'll, at the end of the show, we'll pick winners and send you out your prizes. So another thing, we have a conference coming up in just a couple weeks. We have the People Photography Conference. And this one, or actually, it's Photographing People Conference. What's great about this one, I think, is I know I'm not like a portrait photographer. And actually, this conference is built for people like me, who I'm not a portrait photographer. But you know what I do get asked a lot to do? Is take pictures of people. When people know you're a photographer, they assume, hey, you know, you could take great pictures. So I always get the camera handed to me on family trips, or, you know, if somebody asked us on trips to take pictures, you know, my family tends to go, well, he's the photographer. So it's great for somebody who needs to know like those ins and outs of photographing people. We're all gonna have to photograph people, even if we like it or not. And that's what's great about this conference, is it's gonna take you through all those little genres. I'm really looking forward to it, because this is one of those areas that I do want to get better at. So I'm really looking forward to it. If you look at the lineup too, it's just incredible. You know, like some of these people, and there's people on here like Russell Brown. I've learned so much from him over the years. Joe McNally, even though he's a portrait photographer, like I've learned so much from Joe, especially with my photojournalism. Then that's where I do get into people photography, and having these skills is invaluable. So definitely check it out. There's 2 days with a pre-conference day, so it's a 3-day conference. So 3-day conference. What's great is if you sign up right now, you're gonna save $100. So might as well sign up right now instead of waiting, and you can get it for just 149 bucks. What's great about our conferences as well is you get for an entire year all the replays. So you can see on my screen here, you've got 3 days, but if you look at like the tracks here, you've got 2 tracks going at the same time. And you get both of those in the recordings. So if you can't go to one, you can go to the other. And that's what's great about it, is you can kind of like pick and choose where you want to go, but you don't miss out on the other stuff. And you get that for an entire year. So definitely go check that out. It's over at KelbyOneLive.com. Like I said, really looking forward to this conference. So it should be amazing. So, all right. Well, we have to take a break, but when we come back from break, I'm hoping Scott will be here. We'll see. So let's see in a sec.
Think about the photos that mean the most to you. They're the ones of the people you care about. Let's make those photos come alive. Join world-class instructors who will walk you through exactly what they do on real shoots. Whether you shoot families, fashion, travel, or street photography, this online conference will make your photos better. Stop guessing and start creating portraits that make people say, wow.
I'm Rick Salmon, and I'm really excited to tell you about my latest KelbyOne class. I've teamed with Chicago-based meteorologist Mike Kaplan. Why, Mike? Because great photography isn't about perfect weather. It's about understanding the weather. Mike, known by his co-workers as the Professor for his dedication to weather and science, and I kick things off by showing you why weather matters. Then we teach you how to read the sky, so you can anticipate those dramatic moments, from rainbows to auroras, before they happen. And together, Mike and I show you how to use weather conditions to create stronger and more compelling images. You'll learn how to work with fog, storms, and clouds. We also cover gear and accessories that help you capture those epic shots. And finally, we show you how to enhance your images in Photoshop and Lightroom, bringing your vision to life. So my friends, I really hope you can join us for this awesome class only on KelbyOne.
I've been adding the Photoshop magic to movie posters and images for ad campaigns for about 35 years. I'm excited to have a class on compositing. We're going to talk about layer structure, what goes on top and what goes on bottom of your layer stack so that everything makes sense. We're going to talk about masking, lighting, adding shadows, color correction. We're going to talk about depth of field, how you control that and how you use that to focus the eye. And then finally, we're going to talk a little bit about color grading and how you pull it all together with a little bit of a texture on top. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited to have a chance to share this with you. Come see my class at KelbyOne.com.
Hey-o!
Look at your hair.
I'm here. So I think
You
Erik,
got that computer too.
Yeah, I think Erik told you. I call him, I'm about a third of the way here, and I go, Erik. I forgot. What's weird is I remembered other stuff, but what it was is I was supposed to do a Zoom call this morning, so I had my whole Zoom studio set up. So my laptop wasn't where I would normally be.
Yeah.
Because I would normally see it as I'm walking out the house, grab the thing, and then drive to the office. Didn't. And then, of course, when I had that moment when I realized I forgot my laptop, I'm like,
Oh, yes.
Anyway, I'm here now, and delighted to be here as well. This is officially my birthday week.
Yeah.
So I will be off from tomorrow through till next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, I am taking time off. And the reason I'm taking time off is because I'm now really super old, and that
It takes you a few days to recover. For all the drinking.
All
yeah.
the drinking
Oh,
will be
yeah.
insane and amount.
Yeah.
There'll be like Diet Cokes with extra
Yes.
ice and all kinds of crazy
Chicken
crap.
sandwiches.
Chicken sandwiches like you can't even
You're going
believe.
to chicken sandwich coma.
Oh yeah, man.
You need at least 3 or 4 days to recover.
Oh yeah. So that's kind of what's up. It's going to be I'm going to be off till next Wednesday, we'll be on the Thursday now.
Well, it also is a big holiday weekend, right?
Yes, it is.
Right.
The
Yeah.
4th. And
Yes.
speaking of the 4th, let's talk about, in this one segment, let's talk about how to shoot fireworks. And I'm going to show you a couple of post-processing tricks that'll make your fireworks look even better.
Awesome.
So let's start with the setup. Number one, you can use your phone. And your phone will do okay. You'll get reasonable shots with your phone. They're actually not, I've done it. So my brother lives on it's not
Clearwater
Beach.
Inlet, the inlet, looking toward the beach.
Looking towards the
Yeah.
ocean and the beach. It's beautiful. He's got an unbelievable view. He's like 15 stories up, and he has an outdoor balcony that is right where they shoot the fireworks.
Yeah.
Literally, it's right there. So we used to go every year, and I would try. Sometimes I would take my at that time a DSLR. Sometimes I would take my phone, and the phone did pretty well. My wife would always shoot with her iPhone, and she actually did surprisingly well. You can do this with an iPhone, but I would recommend if you do this with an iPhone, you need to use an app like Even Longer or whatever app that you want to use, because you really want a longer exposure than the iPhone is going to give you. You really want, ideally, like a 4-second.
Yes. That's it.
Right around 4 seconds. You do 4 seconds, and you will capture just gorgeous.
And that's why do you need that 4 seconds?
You
need that
come down.
Yeah, you need that plume, and it has to fall down and streaky.
Because the iPhone will get you this, right, where it's just stuck there, right? But you want that and the fall, right?
Yeah, it's like a picture like that.
Yeah,
where,
take a look at Erik's screen here real quick.
I've got it, and I think this was 4 seconds where they all explode, and then they come across, and then I balanced it with the jet there.
Right, and you see how they all fall and everything.
Yeah, you
right?
want that streaky.
Yeah. All right, so that's what you're really looking for. So now that you know that you can do it, but I would recommend using an app like that. Number 2 would be, what if you don't want to use your phone and you want to use a mirrorless or a DSLR, either one.
Yeah.
All right. Step 1 is, I recommend, since you're going to be open for 4 seconds, you need to shoot on a tripod.
That's it. That's I think the biggest barrier with fireworks.
Yeah.
Is the tripod. You gotta have a tripod.
Because you're going to be open 4 seconds. Now, I will say this, and I think that Erik will concur. Today, we can hand hold longer with our cameras, with the built-in body stabilization and all that stuff. We can hand hold at slower speeds than we have ever been able to do in history.
Absolutely.
What do you think is the longest you can hand hold a shot? You're way better at this than I am. So
if I could stabilize the camera on something, I can get to multiple seconds.
I mean,
just by myself,
holding, yeah.
like I'm comfortable up to like a fifth or a tenth.
Oh, you can do longer than that.
No, I'm comfortable.
Oh,
I could do longer. I could go to a second, no problem.
Yeah, see, I think that's...
I can go to a second, no problem, as long as the stabilization is on.
Right, I know, but that was unheard of.
Oh,
right?
yeah, no.
And now you can do a second. I don't think I can quite get to a second, but I think I could do, close. But
you do those techniques that you're talking about.
Right,
but that's the whole thing is like, you
body,
really don't want to do that with fireworks.
Right.
If you want fire, put it on a tripod.
Because if you can get a second, it's still not going to be long enough.
Yes.
You need to go 4 times that. You need to be at 4 seconds. All right, now, what f-stop would you use? The f-stop that I would recommend would be f11.
Yep.
You don't want, you want a very wide depth of field. You want all the fireworks, whether they're forward or backward, because sometimes they'll shoot some up front and some in the back, and they'll do multiple things, like they did that at my brother's.
Well, and you don't want them to blow out. If you're too wide open, it'll just, like, everything will blow out, right?
Yeah, so you don't want that. The other thing is, so what would your ISO be? This is an easy one. If you're on a tripod, it should be whatever your lowest number ISO is. Probably 100. You might have a camera that goes to 64 or lower. I think there's one that goes to 50. But you would want something at a very, very low ISO for the cleanest possible image. So tripod, you put your camera on, you switch to manual mode. And even if you don't understand manual mode, it doesn't matter, because you're just going to dial in f11 for your aperture. You're going to dial in 4 seconds for your shutter speed, and there you go. Phil's got a really good question. Phil's asking, what focal length do you recommend for fireworks? I go wide, and I'm going to talk about a little bit why, Phil. May I call you Phil? Hi, Phil. Phil. I think one of the mistakes that people make, they make the same mistake with fireworks that they make in the Antelope Canyon slots.
Yeah, they don't go wide enough. They don't see the ground.
You don't see the ground, and you don't have any context. If you look at the pictures that you fall in love with of fireworks, it's Manhattan, it's Washington, where you see, the Lincoln Memorial, and in the background, something in the foreground, something grounds some buildings, something. That's the compositional key. And to do that, you're going to need a wide-angle lens. A 24 will probably do it for you. On your phone, you could do a 1x, which is around 35-ish, or the 0.5 wide one on your phone.
I like the 1x on the phone's the best.
Yeah,
it's
1x
like
is,
it can go 24 to 35, basically.
Yeah,
the 24 is usually wide enough.
Yeah, so I would do that. So really. And then you need something as a shutter release. Now, you could use the self-timer on your camera. So you could go click and have it go, click. But your timing has to be pretty good. Like, you have to figure out when it's going to happen 2 seconds before it happens.
Maybe we should talk about the timing. Like how do you know when to fire it?
Well, I follow the trail.
Yeah, so when they go off, you can kind of see them going up, but they haven't exploded yet. That's when you, when they're going off.
I follow it up, and you can kind of see, and it slows, right? Yes. When it slows, you're like, it's going to go. Now, the great thing about having a 4-second exposure is you don't have to be exactly right on it.
Yes.
Right? It's going to happen, over this 4-second time. But what was the thing I was just going to tell you about that was important about this? Oh, well, whatever it was, I've already forgotten it. But Robin has a question.
Yes.
And Robin says, Scott, when you do that, do you leave your RF lens stabilizer on, or do you turn it off? Now, Robin, I will tell you this. Today's lenses are much better than they used to be. There used to be a rule where you absolutely positively had to turn off your internal stabilizer. I don't think at this point, with how these stabilizers have advanced, that it's really that necessary anymore. I don't think that you would notice any difference whatsoever if you turn it off. Now, 10 years ago...
I would agree with that, because the reason why that rule's there is because, you know what? We forget. We forget.
Oh, all the time.
And I forgot before. And recently when I forgot, it really doesn't
It looks
affect me.
fine. Yeah.
It used to be, like Scott's saying, like it was ruined. Like you would get these like jumpy things in your frame, and it would it would jump around, and you'd get these streaks. I don't get that anymore.
Yeah, I
when
really
I forget,
think that's,
I mean,
yeah, and I've forgotten more times than I can count.
Yeah.
So, Robin, my thing is, I don't think it really
because
much
you said
matters
RF lens
today.
stabilizer, I'd say no. If you said EF, I would have said
Maybe,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe the old lenses, but I mean, these new lenses are so flipping good. All right, so let me think if there's anything else. Oh, we were talking about timers. So
Yes.
if you use the self timer, you're going to make it very hard for yourself. So you can either fire from an app. All of the cameras have a free app you can download to fire it, but there's a little lag.
Yeah,
between when
maybe
you hit
half
this.
second.
I know,
yeah,
but
quarter
it's a
second.
reasonable.
Yeah, you see, you have to push it before.
You push it in, all right. Or just get a cable release. Even a wireless cable release, just get a cable. They're inexpensive. Go to B&H. It'll be there tomorrow. It'll be there, or Amazon.
Yeah.
You can you might be able to get one today at Amazon.
Yeah, at Amazon,
or-
you might 3 hours. You might be able to get one.
yeah, just depending on where you live, right? So I get same day delivery now, and I love it.
Yeah.
But
But there's multiple ways.
right,
Yeah.
but you want to be able to go like if I have, what you call it, a wire,
Cable release.
Thank you.
Cable
Jeez, oh,
release.
Pete. See, this is why I'm taking off 5 days, because my brain is mush. If you have a cable release, it's immediate. You can go click and you'll nail it. Every other way, you're kind of guessing a little
Yes.
bit. It's just, I think you'll have a better experience with a cable release. You don't have to do not buy a Canon or Nikon or Sony brand. You will pay five times as much.
You're just going to pay 5 times
You're
as
gonna
much
pay
for the same
five times
thing.
as much for the same exact thing. We have some more questions. Diane's got a question.
Well, I think Diane was commenting that you were going to talk about how to set the 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Like,
So Diane, what you would do is you're going to have to switch into manual mode on your camera, and there are 2 dials, right? One, and I don't know how you have it set up. One selects your f-stop, so you're going to go to f11.
Yeah.
And then the second one does your shutter speed. You're going to move the one, and you're going to have to look through your thing and see when it goes to 4 seconds, and you see the number 4. And it's
and it won't be like 1-4.
It'll
4.
be just 4, and
Yeah.
that's a full 4 seconds. And you can test it. Click.
And the other one's going to be ISO. You're just going to go to that ISO setting too.
Yeah, and that you can do
And
that
that's all
all
you're
right
going to
there.
do.
That's
Manual is just set up those 4 settings or 3 settings.
All right, Becky says, how recent of a lens are you talking about? My equipment is not brand new. So Becky, this is easy. Just turn it off.
Yeah, you can turn it off. Just
turn it off.
All we're saying is
Turn
if you
off
don't
yeah.
remember, it's not going to be detrimental if you have recent equipment. And recent being, I would say for Canon users, it would be 2019.
7 years. Yeah, something like that.
2019.
7 years.
Just
All
about
right,
that.
but anyway, you don't have to sweat it. Hey, it's time for us to take a break. When we come back, I just want to give you a couple of quick. It'll take me 2 minutes. Just a couple of quick.
Like show them how to process.
Yeah, just some processing stuff that'll help you. So stick around. We'll be right back with some Lightroom, Photoshop kind of stuffy.
I'm Jefferson Graham, and inviting you to watch my latest class for KelbyOne, The Photographer's Guide to Photographing What Else But Las Vegas, one of the most incredibly photogenic cities in the world. As you know, there's nothing like it. With casinos pulling out all the stops to get you inside, we've got shots on the ground, middle floor, and all the way at the top without using a drone. I'm going to show you my favorite desert spot to see the sand like it used to look back in the 1940s, looking down at the strip. We'll do night shots, we'll do morning shots, we'll do all sorts of shots, and you'll get the skinny on how to best photograph Las Vegas before you come. Photographer's Guide to Las Vegas. KelbyOne, I'm Jefferson Graham. Tune in.
I'm really excited to tell you about my latest KelbyOne class. the AI mindset. Now, in this class, I introduce you to the exciting world of AI imaging for photographers. I cover how you can easily transform your snapshots into a more artistic image. I'll also show you how to create AI videos, like the short video I created from a still photo I took in Death Valley. AI is just the newest tool I am using to express my creative vision. It's a tool I think you will enjoy using too. This class is not about buttons and menus. It's about how to think about AI and how you can express your creative vision. You will see that with AI, you are many things. An artist, an art director, a graphic artist, a storyteller, and much more. Here I created an image that illustrates that we are just on the tip of the AI iceberg. So I really hope you can join me for my latest class only on KelbyOne.com.
Think about the photos that mean the most to you. They're the ones of the people you care about. Let's make those photos come alive. Join world-class instructors who will walk you through exactly what they do on real shoots. Whether you shoot families, fashion, travel, or street photography, this online conference will make your photos better. Stop guessing and start creating portraits that make people say, wow.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back. We're back. All right.
All right, so fireworks, like post-processing.
Right.
So we've done all our stuff. We've set it on a
Yes.
tripod. We've gone 4 seconds. We have the little streaky things.
Yes.
All that good stuff. What do we do now?
Okay.
In the post.
I'm going to show you the post. Now, the images that I'm showing you are from 2015. Why are they so old? Here's why. Because we got dogs. We got 2 wonderful dogs. They are Belgian Taverns. They're the greatest, sweetest, awesomest dogs, and they are absolutely terrified of the sound of fireworks. When they hear fireworks go off, they shake like you can put your hands on them and watch your hands move. I mean, they're terrified. So for us now, we don't go to my brother's anymore.
Yeah, you don't go near fireworks.
We cannot leave
you just
the
don't go near
house.
them.
And of
Yeah.
course, our neighbors are shooting off fireworks, and our dogs are terrified. It's an awful night for us. But so I haven't shot fireworks.
It's traumatic.
It's a traumatic night for all of us. So anyway, so this is from my brother's balcony, and where you see all these cars parked is now a beautiful park. They replaced this whole thing. The marina's still there, but now it's a gorgeous park and an amphitheater.
Concerts there.
It's absolutely gorgeous what they've done down there. It's unbelievable. Anyway, but I wanted you to see how important it is to include something in the foreground. Like something, there's a bridge
Context.
and then there's Clearwater Beach you see in the distance, right? All right, now, but let's talk about the fireworks themselves. Now, you can do what I'm going to show you in either Lightroom or Camera Raw. It's the exact same thing. So, step 1, let's just go and hit the auto button.
And
That's
if you look
right.
at Scott's settings, ISO 100, f11, 4 seconds. It's exactly what you said.
Look at that. It's exactly it, right?
Yeah.
And I was shooting on a crop sensor camera, obviously, because I'm using that 18-200 at 18 millimeter. So I was using a crop sensor camera back then.
Man, you were probably using like a 70D or I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably a 300D
that
or
was just
something.
a noise machine.
Yeah, well, luckily I was at 100 ISO. That really helps.
Yeah.
Now I would go and I gotta fix this rotation situation. Let's see if this will straighten it out. I don't know if it will.
It helped.
Oh, I don't know if that looks straight to me.
No, it's not straight.
I think it
It'd
needs
help
to
with
be
the perspective,
like
but it needs to come back.
there.
Yeah, there.
Ish. Okay, so our fireworks do look better, right? Look, they're brighter. But the secret here, there's a couple of secrets. Secret number 1 is you want to control how bright your fireworks are. The slider is right here. It's the white slider. This is in Lightroom.
Like turn on lights too.
Or in Camera Raw, whichever. Yeah, I use this for turning on lights in like a city or whatever.
It's actually going to make the city lights look better
It's going to make everything look better. Watch. It literally is. Now, you don't want to go too far. It's going to look terrible. But it is the control for the lights. So if you really want to make everything pop. Now, once you do that and you've really made the fireworks pop and you don't want this to pop as much, you could easily just go and mask that.
Yeah,
you could go and clues a linear gradient and darken this area here, pull back the highlights and a little bit of the exposure. So if you don't want that to get in the way, which I think the parking lot is not the most awesome thing to see. That's number one. Number two is clarity often helps. So go to the effects and go to clarity. See how clarity kind of makes it shine?
Yeah.
And the last thing is dehaze. Now I have a different photo to show you dehaze. This doesn't have very much haze.
There's not much haze in that photo.
So I'm going to hit cancel.
Which is weird for Florida.
I'm going to go to this one. This one is like a finale, and you can see there's a lot of haze. There's a lot of all kinds of bad stuff happening here. Let's go to Camera Raw or Lightroom, whichever you want, and let's use the dehaze slider. So watch what dehaze does.
Yeah, like takes out
it just cuts the haze
out.
Yeah, it just cuts the haze, and it does a nice job. You can add a little clarity there. And then you control the brightness with the whites, but man, it's pretty bright. It is the finale.
Pull back some highlights and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to recover that mess in the middle. Anyway, I want to show you one more trick before we go real quickly, and that is here's an image. Now that's just the sky, obviously, right? And this one is both. I'm going to grab this image, so I'm going to go select all. So Command A on Mac, Control A on Windows, and we're going to simply copy and paste these fireworks into this other shot. Paste. Now, of course, it covers what was there. And I'm going to move it up a little bit. Yep, it fully covers what's there. Here's the trick. You're going to go to the layer blend mode in Photoshop. In the layers panel, you're going to switch from normal to screen.
Magic screen.
And screen, watch what it does. It blends the other fireworks together. You can stack as many fireworks as you want on top of one another.
That's where you can kind of build your show. You can kind of like, if you have two different exposures, you want to find them. What Scott's talking about, you can just build it that way.
Yep, and I still have the foreground that needs to be straightened. You can put it wherever you want. You can change its size. You can do whatever. So that gives you an idea of what you can do. It sure looks better on my screen than it does here in the studio. Yeah, the colors are all really nice. But so your keys, once you've got the shot, are go ahead and start by hitting auto, right, just to give you a starting place. Then it's the white slider, clarity, and then dehaze. That's it.
There we go.
There you go, folks. Right
all right.
there.
So key tripod.
Yes.
Get a cable release. Go in manual mode. 4 seconds. ISO 100. F11.
That's
Fire them when you explode, and then when you're processing, just bring out the lights, clarity.
Yeah.
And
you'll get better and better at timing.
Yeah.
Like your timing will be really bad in the first few volleys.
And then the other thing is I'm telling you, your firework, it'll be so much better if you can include something in the foreground. Give the fireworks some context. I do that all the time.
All right, we're going to switch subjects real quick.
So
I don't know if you guys remember, for you who watch the show regularly. By the way, we are on episode 698. We have 2 more episodes till our 700 episode, and I'm sure we're going to do something spectacular. Probably not, but we'll do something to commemorate it. 700 episodes, it's a lot. It's a lot of episodes. All right. A few episodes back, we talked about the Platypod Bracket and Bounce. And so I wanted to try it out. I took a crew out and I grabbed Sarah, our model, and we went out because one of the things that Larry said when he was here was he was able to get really good lighting out of this by getting the flash off the camera using the bounce that's built on it. Because it's one thing if you're indoors with a white ceiling and it's an 8-foot ceiling.
Yeah, like outdoors, it's totally different.
Where are you going to bounce off? The clouds? So I thought, I'm going to go out. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to just try it out. I'm going to unpack it. I'm going to set it up. I think Dobson helped me out. You helped me out, right, Dobson? Dobson was there. Dobson goes, no, Dobson was there helping me out, and I had a camera crew. So I'm going to play the video for you on location to just show, like, does this bracket work like Larry said it did? You'll see it put together and stuff, and I'm going to try different things. I'm going to try, here's on-camera flash. Here's off to the left. Here is it with the bounce, and you'll see the progression as it gets better and better. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Hi everybody, Scott Kelby here, and we're doing a field test today of the brand new bracket and bounce from Platypod. Now, why do we need a bracket for our flash? One simple reason: it makes your flash look better. When you have your flash directly on top of the camera, I've always said, that's what you do when you want to get even with somebody. Somebody done you wrong, you put the flash right on top of the camera, and you're going to get results that look like you lit it with a car headlight. So what this bracket does is something very important. It gets your flash off the camera and it puts it on this bracket. Now, it's a whole modular system, so there's all kinds of things that you can add, and I'll show you a couple as we go on, but it's a whole kit that you get that has this extender arm and all this other different stuff that really makes a big difference. So what I want to do though is I want to show you, number one, how it works, which essentially, if you want to just use it in its most basic form, which you see right here, your camera fits right here. It uses a standard Arca Swiss attachment, so your camera's probably already ready to go and drop right in here. If not, you'll need a little Arca Swiss plate, but you can get those online. All right, now, and their flash goes right up here, right? And the whole thing works great. You need a little wireless trigger. Your flash goes off, and literally just by moving the flash off your camera, up higher and to the side a little bit, you will not believe the difference it makes. But that, I don't think, is the biggest strength of this thing. The biggest strength is the and bounce. So it's called bracket and bounce, and that's my favorite part of it. So if you add a little attachment, which you'll see in a minute, it puts a little reflector here, silver on one side, white on the other, and then you can take your flash and bounce it back in. Now, I know that a lot of people already know bounce flash, and you know what a difference bounce flash makes when the flash is not directly hitting your subject. However, you have to have a low ceiling. It has to be 8 foot, maybe 10 foot at best, and you got to crank up your power, or you're outside like I am, where there is no ceiling. It's just straight up to space. So that's where it really comes in handy, and the difference that it makes and the quality photos that you can make with it are really why this whole thing was invented. All right, we're going to try it out here. The first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to attach my camera here so you can see what the rig looks like, and the rig itself is pretty lightweight, so we're just going to pop the camera in here, and that'll be step one. Okay, here's how it looks when your camera is attached. So this is the bracket, and you can hold it right here, and by the way, this extension also extends, so it can go up much higher, as you'll see in just a minute too. So it's pretty lightweight. Your camera's on here, and your flash is going to go right here. Of course, the flash is going to add a little weight, as it tends to do, but we're going to go ahead and add a flash, and I'm going to add a trigger right on top of here to get the rig working, and then we'll do a test shot. Actually, let's do this, since we're doing a field test. Let's start without the bracket. What would it look like if we just put the flash on camera? And by the way, I see people shooting like events, I see weddings and stuff, and they're shooting with there, and I'm like, you want to run over there and go, don't do that. There's a better way. But let's just see what that looks like. Let's do a quick shoot with the flash on camera, and we can enjoy the pain together. All right, let's go ahead and do our shoot. This is Sarah. She's going to be helping us with this shot. And as you can see, I have the flash on camera, like we've seen so many people do so many times. Not you, but other people. Let's just take a test shot with just a straight direct on flash. Here we go. I'm going to get in kind of tight. So this is like a head and shoulders kind of shot. And we'll see where we are. Woo! That's harsh. Not you, the lighting. The lighting is harsh. All right. So the next step would be, let's add the bracket. Let's get the flash off the camera. Let's get it up higher, and let's do the same thing with the direct flash, but with the difference made by what putting it on a flash bracket does. So let's look at that next. All right, so here is the bracket attached to the camera, and we've extended that extender arm here. So we're still shooting direct flash, but again, it's off the camera. And by the way, remember how we used to get red eye all the time? Red eye was caused by the flash being directly on top of the lens. So we've got that off. We don't have to worry about red eye anymore. Now we're just looking for a better quality of light. So let's take another shot. Here we go. Let me see if I'm zoomed in about right. Wow, that's better. But if you were willing to, and I am, go one step further, and this is perfect if you're shooting events and you do not have an assistant. You know, very rarely are we lucky enough to have an assistant with us that'll help us. But if you're doing, you know, a run and gun and you're a one-man or one-woman show, this is going to make a big difference, because this is the equivalent of having an assistant holding a diffuser or a reflector or whatever. So let's go ahead and add that other adjustment that's going to attach right over here. All right, now we've added the bounce part of this. Now the reflector actually has two sides. It has a white side and a silver side. The white side is going to have less bounce, so if you don't need a whole bunch, we're in the shade, we don't need a ton of light bouncing back. But if you were in a situation where you needed more light, you would switch to the silver side. You can see that I have the flash head actually aiming back, so it'll hit here and bounce towards Sarah. So that's the idea. Now, when you're using this white side, you might have to increase the power of your flash a little bit. At least I think I'm going to have to. I went up one stop. Let's go ahead and do a test shot and see how this looks now that we've added this extra dimension to our shot. Yeah, these look pretty good. They look pretty good. So what is the upside of this? The upside of this is better flash. And I think that Platypod did a very, very good design with the whole thing. The whole rig is very good. And it's pretty lightweight. However, I want to give you this caveat. If you're not used to having a flash on top of your camera, you're going to feel it. Now, what's nice about it is you have the second hand here to help you balance everything, and that helps a lot. It does make it, but just understand that when you put your flash on top of your camera, bracket or not, it's going to be heavier. The bracket doesn't weigh much. You can see it's a small reflector. All of that doesn't weigh much, but it all adds up. So just so you know, it's going to be a little heavier than you're used to if you're not shooting, you're shooting in natural light. Now, picture this for video. What if you're shooting video? You can mount so many different things on here. I've seen things like ice lights on there, LEDs. I mean, there's so much versatility to the system. So I think Platypod really thought this through. I know that when they develop a product, they get input from all kinds of photographers all over the world, literally. And I think they've come up with something very clever, very handy. If you want your flash to look better, here's a quick way to get there. So that's my field report on the brand new Bracket and Bounce from the folks at Platypod.
Hey, we are back. So
that's it, bracket or bounce, right?
Yeah, bracket
I've used
and bounce.
it. I used it on a rocket shoot. It was a great accessory for me to. At NASA, we're only allowed to put one camera or one tripod down at certain locations.
You added a
and
second.
I can do a second I can do a second camera.
Look at that.
Yeah, so there's so many uses for it. That's what's great about it. Is I think it's very versatile.
Yeah, go to platypod.com, and if you're an event photographer or someone that has to shoot outside like that. Anyway, that's the whole kit. That's everything in the world that it comes with, which is all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. So go to platypod.com, and there you go. Alrighty. So I think we need to take a break now.
Yes, we got to take a break.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to do something, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
Yes, we're doing something.
Something.
Hi, this is Hilmar Smith. Light doesn't have to be boring, and light doesn't have to be soft. I'm gonna teach you how to introduce hard light and hard shadows into your photography stories. I'm gonna teach you how you can introduce color, how you can play and make really the best out of your set with all of my favorite tricks and with all of my favorite gear. So if you really want to level up your lighting, come and join me in my newest class at KelbyOne.com.
Hey guys, Frank Dorhoff here. Welcome in our studio in the Netherlands and welcome to a new class on KelbyOne. Do you ever wonder, like, how can we get more creative with our photography? Are you a little bit afraid when you look at those websites and you can see all those props and they are pretty expensive and you don't know what to buy? why not start with the stuff that you already have? Why not get some, let's say, emergency blankets, or maybe get a torch? If the light is too bright or too large, use a little bit of piece of cardboard. You will find out that in this class, you will look at your photography equipment in a totally different way. There are no more excuses. I don't have expensive gear, I don't have expensive backdrops. After this class, you will make the best of even an emergency blanket. Join me on this new class on KelbyOne to create great images with cheap materials that you can find in and around your house. And you probably already have a load of them that I'm going to show you in this class. See you online.
Hello, my name is John Dukes, and I want to invite you to watch my KelbyOne class, Blue Hour Mastery, how to create dynamic cityscape photography. You're going to create photos that are going to impress everyone you show. People are going to get that wow effect. We're going to learn how to scout the location, what Blue Hour is, all the different levels of twilight that you could shoot your photo in, camera settings. We're going to talk about gear. We're going to talk about how to take that photo from being a snapshot to a gorgeous cityscape image that you're going to want to hang up on your wall. So come join me at KelbyOne.com. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Think about the photos that mean the most to you. They're the ones of the people you care about. Let's make those photos come alive. Join world-class instructors who will walk you through exactly what they do on real shoots. Whether you shoot families, fashion, travel, or street photography, this online conference will make your photos better. Stop guessing and start creating portraits that make people say, wow.
That's terrible.
All right, we're back, and we got the shout-outs coming in. We got lots of love for Scott on his birthday coming up, so happy birthday, Scott.
Thank you, everybody.
And it says it might be John Duke's birthday today. We haven't... Okay,
John Duke?
I can't confirm nor deny it, but
I
that's
can't
what
either, but
it's
we
written,
love
it's written
John
on the
Dukes.
screen.
We love the John.
And then Paul's saying hi from Liverpool, all the way in Liverpool.
Hey, you know what? I went to Liverpool last year.
Yeah?
I loved it. It was nothing like what I pictured, because you always hear these stories of the Beatles, and they make it like it's like a factory town and all. It was wonderful. It was beautiful. I got to stand outside of Paul McCartney's house, and they wouldn't let me in. And I went to John Lennon's childhood home. They wouldn't let me in either.
Wow.
I did go to Strawberry Fields, and they let me in.
There you
because
go.
now it's a tourist attraction.
There you
But
go.
I love Liverpool. Liverpool is a wonderful town.
And then Murray saying hi from Brampton, Ontario, Canada. Cindy saying hi from Salmon, Idaho. Happy Independence Day to all. Lewis is saying good day to the Gridsters all the way from a hot and humid Maryland. Not sure it's as hot as humid as it is
Oh,
here.
it's ridiculous here.
But,
but look.
Probably hot and humid.
Oh.
And then Dana saying hi from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn in the house.
It's saying hot enough to fry an egg on the sidewalk in Brooklyn today.
Hey, New York can get incredibly hot in summer.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's
Lenworth saying
real.
hi.
Hey, Lenworth. Lenworth.
Cindy saying hi. Yeah, we're getting some hot temperatures, so a lot of people are talking about that. I think we do have a heat dome over kind of the east part of the U.S. here. So hot, hot, saying from Western North Carolina. Currently 97 and feels like 102. Yikes. Yeah, that actually sounds like a vacation right now from what we're experiencing. And then Richard is saying, London is a pleasant 25C. I have no idea what that means, 25C.
Centigrade.
Yeah. So,
we don't have any idea, Richard.
Yeah.
And we know Richard.
It's much better than it's the 37C last week.
Well, I know that 37 is higher than 25.
Yeah,
that's all we know.
High.
We don't know that stuff.
We just got translation that's 77 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Oh, 77 sounds nice. Yeah.
All right, Nita saying greetings from a hot Pennsylvania. So yes, it's hot out there, but it'll cool down. We'll get some coolness here when this heat dome goes away.
When does the heat dome go away?
I think it's a few days.
Oh, really? It is going to get that much better?
Yeah, I don't know about better. It's the summer, right? It ain't gonna get better for us.
Hot time, summer
I'll
in the
tell
city.
you that.
Yeah.
But the nice part here in Florida is we have air conditioning everywhere. It seems like, so that helps. All right.
Okay, so I had something planned to show you, but I'm having a hard time showing it. I need an image. Well, I'll tell you what the story is, and then so the without visuals, it kind of stinks. But I'm gonna have to tell you anyway. It's my own fault.
It happens.
It happens, and it happened today. Here's the thing. What I wanted to show today was something I don't think that people realize was probably the biggest thing in the last Lightroom update. I think a lot of people got so carried away with the duplicate finder, right? So now it finds duplicates not based on the same name, but it finds duplicates based on the pixel data. So it compares the pixels in this photo with this photo, and it'll go, hey, these are identical. They have different names, but it's the same photo. Do you really want to keep both of these in your catalog? And it might be 2 images, it might be 7 images, 10, you know, gosh, who knows, right? But we all have them, and people have been asking for that feature for years. I did a live webinar that we broadcast for KelbyOne members, but we also let people watch on Facebook as well. And I went through this all, and all of the questions were about the duplicate thing. Because they were like, how do they know if it's bracketed? How do they know if it's an HDR? It knows all that stuff.
Well, I think we get scared that, hey, it's going to delete something out of my catalog I don't want it
It's not deleting anything. It just shows you these are duplicates. You have to go say, I want to delete it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, it's very good. But that's all that anybody cared about. That was all they wanted to talk about. But they missed a huge thing. I think the best feature that has been introduced in Lightroom in at least the last 10 years, hands down, is the masking. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, absolutely. 100%.
Well, one aspect of the masking got so much better that I don't think people are realizing it, and they're all focused on the other stuff.
Skipped over it.
And it is, because this is bigger than it sounds, and this is what I wanted to show you. I'm not able to show it to you. It's my own fault. Select subject. The mask that it creates when you say select subject is so much better. I would say it's like 50% better than it was 2 weeks ago. And what I don't think a lot of people think about is, okay, so select subject's better. You want to select a dog, you want to select somebody wearing fur hat or whatever, not real fur, fake fur hat, whatever. The difference is it's startling, right? It's absolutely startling, like night and day. And that's what I was hoping to show you today, was look at the difference. And it's quite startling. In fact, I might be able to show you a little clip of a video from Julianne Cost from Adobe. She's with Adobe, and she shows you how to compare your old masking. So here's what you would have to have, and this is what I'm having a hard time finding. I need to find an image that already has a mask on that I applied before the latest update.
Yes.
So an image from 6 months ago, a year ago, because I wanted to be able to show you, look, here's the old one. And you look at it and you're like, it looks okay. And then I go, let's update it and do the new one. And you'd be like, what? I mean, it's like that much better. But there's more. And what that is if select subject got better, select background gets better. Because you can go to select subject and hit the invert button, and now your background selection is fantastic. So maybe if you're working with trees or whatever, now you that much better. And it gets better if you use the lens blur thing, which I do. And I didn't used to ever do that lens blurring stuff. The new lens blurring stuff that they added maybe, I don't know, a year and a half ago or whatever, is so much better. But because it uses select subject to say this part needs to stay in focus, it's even better. Because you used to,
feels like everything's getting better, yeah.
Yeah, it had a ripple effect through masking in Lightroom. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go find Julianne's thing. I won't play any audio, and I don't think I can even play any audio, but I want to show you, Julianne does show you, she had I believe it was a cactus. And she shows you, here's the old cactus, and now let's update it. And
so what you're saying is I could have like an image I edited 3 years ago with select subject, and then I could just go update it now with the new select subject, and it would just have, and I think that why this is important is so many times when we on the Blind Photo Critique show will point out like, hey, look at that edge in that area. It is a select subject problem where part of the bird's wing, like underneath the wing, it didn't get selected because it's
Right.
like. So what you're saying is that's just going to get better.
So
if
much better
if I update it.
Like vastly better. But because Adobe took the time to increase that mask, you can see other masks
Yeah, so
getting
it's
better
ripples,
and better.
yeah.
I think the future for masking in Lightroom is just going to be incredible. But that's one thing that like people go, well, I don't know, I'm not worried about duplicate images. Forget the duplicate images. This is better selections every single day.
Nice.
Now, there was one other thing I wanted to mention about this. Oh, this is an important caveat. It does not go and automatically update any masks that you've done. It doesn't do it automatically. You would have to go to an image you did 6 months, 6 years ago, whatever, and you would have to click the update button. You'd have to click the little circle in the toolkit or just reapply the mask, but then it updates. It does not go back retroactively. Now, every new mask you make from this day forward, it automatically uses the new technology. But all the ones that you did before are still like they were. If you were to click update, it brings up a little warning dialog box and says, hey, this scene might not look the same. If you click it and you're like, it's okay, and you click it and you get the better mask. Give me 1 second. You want to name our winners and I'll see if I can find Julianne's video.
Yeah, so the iPhone book is going to Barry Morris. The night photography book is going to Becky DeSantis. And then On One No Noise is going to Carrie Abshar. And then the Platypod Bracket Bounce kit here is going to Robin Cowlin. So we'll send you out your prize. So we got your information, we'll send out your prize. Congratulations.
All right, let me show you from here.
So we got a cacti.
Yeah, and the way she does this is she switches the mask usually shows up in red, right?
Yes.
So the mask shows up in red, and then she switches it to black and white. Because you can choose different colors. You don't have to make it red. You can do all kinds of stuff. She switches it to black and white so you can actually see.
It shows you.
Show you it. All
Yeah,
right.
black and white will show it better.
So let me just, I'm gonna make this full screen, and then I'm just gonna show you, you're not gonna hear Julianne, but I turned the captions on so you can kind of see what's going on. But I will pause it when it gets to the part where you see the difference, and it's startling. So here we go, let's take a look. Ready?
Yeah.
All right, so, and you'll see.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. See how the cloud is selected?
It missed the area
in the middle there.
So watch when she switches to black and white. So that's what it looks like. It didn't get those areas in between, and it's messy, right?
That's what so many people have problems with.
Yeah. So now when you choose select subject, watch the difference.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's night and day.
That is night and day right there.
That's way better than duplicate
the
files.
quality is so much. There's the old one.
I'd rather that than duplicate files.
Honestly, me too. Isn't that something?
Because that is an epidemic anymore, that people use that select, and then it's hard because that little spot in between the cactus where the sky, that's, if your mask isn't right there, everything looks wrong.
And it happens with hair and all kinds of stuff.
All the time.
Oh, and the hair, it's all so much better. And my apologies for not having an image ready for that today. As you can see, my day kind of went upside down, Mr. Powers. Anyway, long story short, that's
cool.
the thing that I think is the best tip I can give you for this day is if you had any masking problems in the past, go back to those images, hit select subject now, and your mask is going to be dramatically better. And if you just hit the little update button, it'll be better that way as well. But I'll tell you one thing that it's not in Lightroom yet, I don't think, but they added it to Camera Raw. And so I don't know if you've noticed, Adobe used to add things first in Lightroom, then they put them in Camera Raw. Now they're kind of putting them in Camera Raw first and then putting it in Lightroom. They added a thing in Lightroom that I think is wonderful. It is, so right now, a lot of times you'll see Erik and I, a move that we use is to darken the foreground and then sometimes darken the top to where you have a clear area in the middle of your photo.
Yeah.
It's really nice that way.
Good technique. Yeah.
All right. The second, what they added was, it's called a reflected gradient. Where now you can say, leave the middle empty and darken this and darken that. So no more making 2 linear gradients. Now you have a linear gradient, and there's a checkbox for it in Camera Raw. In fact, let me just go see if I can find that checkbox. Give me a sec. Don't move, don't breathe, don't make a sound.
And just know, if you get this bracket of bounce, right on the back it tells you, what's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
I don't know what's in the box. Nobody knows what's in there.
What's
Hang
in the
on.
box?
Something's in there.
All this stuff's in the box. There you go. Look at all that stuff you get in that box.
That's a lot of stuff. All right, give me 1 second. I just need to grab an image. What is this?
You can explore the whole system at platypod.com.
Well done, you.
Yes.
All right, let me see if it's here. Hold on. I want to go to linear gradient. There we go.
That's
All
an
right.
awesome picture. I love
you.
that.
That's a nice picture. I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, look at that. Boom.
This is me in a field, balancing on one leg, which at my age is very dangerous. Anyway, take a look right here. When you go to make a linear gradient,
Oh,
you now have
bidirectional.
this bidirectional. Woo!
Nice.
So you
That
can,
saves a step.
right, so you can just go in here and then hit bidirectional. And now watch what you can do. Isn't that nice?
Oh,
So I imagine that's coming to Lightroom.
glorious.
You know, you can, well, let's do invert. Right?
Yeah, that's what we would do.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there.
Boy, that's
Darken the
easier.
top. Yeah, isn't that easier? Bidirectional. So that
Yeah,
is
let's get that. Let's get that in Lightroom.
It's in Camera Raw. I'm sure it's going to make it to Lightroom because it's sometimes things start in Camera Raw
They
and then they go
do.
to Lightroom
They
next.
do.
So I mean, I would expect we have many more updates for Lightroom this year. They are on a really good schedule of updates. Hey, did you show that picture?
No, not yet.
Can
no.
you show that
I
picture?
can,
Will
yeah.
you double click your grabber hand first?
Double click my grabber hand.
Yeah, right there. Grabber hand, right there. Just double click the hand. No, click on the tool.
There you go.
There you go. All right, can we see Erik's screen?
Yeah.
Dude.
Hey,
tell me the story.
So here's the thing. That image is from this. That's the raw image. So just zoom out, like the sky replacement. So the sky was shot so it's a blue hour blend. But what's interesting about this shot, right, is if you come in here tight, right, you can see the stars are pretty sharp. Like they're pretty solid and sharp, right?
Yeah.
There's no blur or anything to it. I took that with your lens. So that's
My
with
24 to 240, my beloved lens.
That's a 24 to 240 f4 lens, right? The thing is, what you add to it is a $300 device called a star tracker. And once you add a star tracker to the equation, it allows you to use any lens, and you're in the night photography. You're in the Milky Way game. You're in the night photography game.
Explain what a star tracker is.
Well, here, let me. This is a subject that is very deep. I've got some classes, and in my book I talk about this. But this is the device, Move, Shoot, Move. It's a little Nomad, right? And you can go right here, go to Nomad Kits. The one that I love is this one right here. It's got the Nomad, a laser, and a wedge.
What's this do?
And all a star tracker does, if you could come up to me, I'll explain it, right? So the sky moves like this, right?
Right.
Across the sky. All the star tracker is doing is moving your camera at the same speed as the sky. So that way when you take the stars, they're sharp because they're staying in focus. It's spinning awful
I know,
slow.
but you're doing this. The Earth is flat, so why would it be like this?
I know. Well, if you're a flat earther, you can't use this. It doesn't work.
It doesn't
right?
work.
It doesn't work for flat earthers.
Because it's just a projection anyway.
Yes.
They're just projecting
But
it on a big screen.
I just say it, if you point that wedge, you point the laser at Polaris, it opens up any lens, any camera. That was taken with a R6. It was taken with a 24 to 240.
Love that lens.
And I can actually do better shots of the Milky Way with a kit lens and a tracker than I can with buying a $5,000 like maxed out lens.
You heard it from the man. Hey, let me hear from those flat earthers out there. Just drop us
drop us
note
something in the chat,
if you're
right?
a flat earther or a moon landing denier, drop us a note. We always want to hear from you.
But I'm telling you, it's something to add to your arsenal. If you use the code KelbyOne over at Move Shoot Move, you'll get a discount. So just use the code KelbyOne at checkout and get a little discount.
All right,
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and there's tons of classes on this stuff. It's in my book as well, all that good stuff. But I was just out at a workshop last month, and we had everybody at the workshop was using that same tracker.
Wow.
So.
Well, the price is really good. If you really want to
Yeah,
get serious about
if
shooting the night sky.
$350 plus you can get a discount, so you can get even a little bit more of a discount. So nice. $350, right? I can't think of any lens that you could buy other than that little pancake
There's
one.
116
that's like the 2.8.
Yeah.
But again, think about it. If you've got a 14, like for example, if you had a 14 to 35 f4, which I know you do, right? That's an awesome focal length for the Milky Way, right? 14, because you got 24. You add a tracker to that f4 lens, you're in the game.
You're in the game.
And in fact, you're a lot of times better than people that have that f2
Wow.
or f4. Now, the only thing that you have to get better at that point is Photoshop. Because you have to combine exposures, because one's moving and one's not.
I'm not bad at Photoshop. I'm
Well,
decent.
yeah, exactly.
I did some stuff today.
Yes.
It looked all right.
But again, it's becoming super easy because all you got to do is you can actually hit that sky replacement feature, load into your sky.
Where are my flat earthers? Where are my moon? I got nobody. I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Well, hey,
That's it.
it's a
And
big
look,
big holiday weekend here in the U.S.
I just want to mention that when I see you next, I will be older, and I will be hoping for a modicum more of respect as an elder.
Yes.
So I will be.
Well, the nice part is
quite old.
you will have all your fingers. You won't be blowing them up this weekend with fireworks.
That's true. I'll be with the doggos.
Yeah.
However, I just want to mention that next week I will be old enough to be Erik's dad. You are my. I am your.
I am your father.
I am your father.
All right, probably not. I don't think I am. But anyway, but you never know. Anyway, what else do I wanted to tell you? That's pretty much it.
Yep.
I'll be older. I will not be a lick wiser, but I will be older. Thanks to everybody who sent a birthday wish. Thanks very much. By the way, if I look a little tired, Vanelli called me today. And
well, that'll do it.
Every time Vanelli calls
that'll
you,
do it.
It chips a little bit of your soul away.
Yes.
So. I'm kidding. I
Hey,
love Vanelli.
so
Can I tell you something?
next week,
about Vanelli?
Go ahead, Vanelli.
Vanelli goes through his life trying to make everyone's life around him better. That's
He
very
does.
great
He does.
trait
Yes.
to have.
And he's just a joyful person.
He is. He's a joyful person. I love Vanelli.
I love it. Hey, next week, we're gonna probably have blind photo critiques next week.
Ooh.
It'd be great to see some fireworks shots with foregrounds. With foregrounds.
Don't just have
With
us start
foregrounds.
shooting way up in the sky.
Yeah, that'd be great. And remember, what's in the box? All this stuff's in the box.
It didn't get on my, none of it got
No.
on my computer. That's
Anyways,
good.
that's in the box.
Everybody, we want to wish you a happy 4th of July, happy 250th to America, and we will see you guys next Wednesday for episode 699.
Except it'll be Thursday. It'll be
Thursday. It will be Thursday. I said Wednesday for like 10 years.
Yes.
I haven't gotten over it. Thursday, we will see you there. Take care, everybody.
Think about the photos that mean the most to you. They're the ones of the people you...
The grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to
care about. Let's make those photos come alive. Join world-class instructors who will walk you through exactly what they do on real shoots. Whether you shoot families, fashion, travel, or street photography, this online conference will make your photos better. Stop guessing and start creating portraits that make people say, wow.